Yo, what is up, my tasty tubers? We're back for some more drafting here on Arena. We've got the Chromatic Cube back in action. The Chromatic Cube, alive and kicking. No more Mom for a little while at the very least. Lord of the Rings draft. And the cards will be online soon enough as well. So we're probably going to get about a week of Cube, I would say, before we get some of the Lord of the Rings set. But as always, thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all of your Magic card needs. The blue-red deck, obviously still great. Or blue-red XXX is obviously still great in this format. But maybe we tried to do something a little bit different this time. So aggro in this format is generally not good. That isn't to say you can't draft a good aggro deck, but it is called the Chromatic Cube. You're generally supposed to be doing multiple color things, I would say. But anyways, that being said, what do we want to do? What is the best card in this pack to first pick? It might be a land. This pack is a little bit weak. I could see taking Blade Splicer, Brutality, Blood Crypt. I think I'm actually going to take the dual land here as a pick one, pack one, and see where we can go from there. Oh, there's a Kami War if we wanted to have a little bit of fun, but it's a little bit of a stretch, all things considered. There are a lot of 5-color payoffs in this format that you'll note. 2 of them already in this pack here. We have the War and Omnath. They've added like Atraxa. There's the Invasion of Alara. There's just a ton of 5-color payoff cards. That deck's usually a little bit dirtily, and if the opponent does put more early pressure on you, it's not too great, but let's see here. What do we want to do, though? I kind of want to just take like this Eradicator Valkyrie and maybe go like a black-red aggressive deck to try to punish the people that are trying to do the quote-unquote more fun things right now. Let's do that. You know what? I'm going to try to force like a black-red aggressive deck and take advantage of the people. Oh, yeah, like Niv Mizzet trying to do the 5-color fun stuff. We're going to take Dracula here, or otherwise known as Sorin the Mirthless. Great value card for the aggressive decks that want also make creatures. Let's do it. Black-red aggro. Cruelty of Gix here over Canyon Slew, I think, makes sense. They have added and replaced a bunch of cards in the format. I don't know all of them, but you'll note like Rona's from the new set, right? And that's obviously a new include from to this cube. There are a bunch of weird alchemy cards and whatnot that we'll note otherwise as well. Okay, we are seeing, again, all of the red-black lands. Maybe I should just take them. Thassa for the Flicker deck. Flicker deck is still viable for sure. What is the spawning pod? This is like the birthing pod, right? Except it turns something into a Phyrexian as well. Cool. So the most important thing about doing a deck like this is that you really need the 2-drops. And the 3-drops, I guess. But more specifically, you need the good 2-drops. Just because there aren't many. Like you'll note, there are not many good, cheap creatures in this format, which is why I say aggro in this format is not as real. You can still do it. I'm not going to try to stop you from doing aggro. It's just that over-the-top, big, flashy cards are the way to go normally. But Logomos is a good one. Continuous Pressure. Yeah, another good 4+ color card. Omnath here. This is a really bad pack for us. I guess we'll take the green-black land just in case. Pylon's fantastic. I guess maybe green could be a place we go in addition to black, but we'll just take the good removal spell with Convoke. So, a few of you might realize what I'm doing here. I'm playing a non-blue deck for the first of this version of the Chromatic Cube. That way, when I play blue-red for the next week long, I can be like, hey, but did you remember that one time I didn't play blue-red? There is no sacrifice theme in this format. There have been sacrifice themes in a lot of the other cubes, of course, but that one is not true here. I don't actually know what the black-red deck is supposed to be. Kill your stuff deck? I don't know. Flying Lifelink Hexproof from Planeswalkers. I mean, I guess there's a small sacrifice theme here. Eradicator Valkyrie's pretty good with Legomos too, isn't it? You make the 2/1 token at the beginning of combat, you boast, sacrifice the token, they have to sacrifice something. Ooh, Collective Brutality on the wheel was perfect. Whenever I see Collective Brutality, I think of Reanimator, and I don't think there are too many good ways to reanimate. I haven't seen Unburial Rites yet in this version of the cube, although this is only like my 4th draft. I don't think they have... They might have the High Priest or whatever it's called, the black-white card, but... Looks like nobody's in the 5-color deck, sadly. More 5-color shenanigans going around. It's just so hard to pull that off. Spell Swindle's super fun. Like, what is the best card for the 5-color deck? There are a few. There's like Timeless Lotus in the cube. There is Timeless Lotus. There's Cascading Cataracts. That's the land that can tap for 5 of any colors. I mean, there are a few ways. The World Tree. There's a World Tree for fixing like that. The World Tree, when you have enough lands, makes all your lands tap for anything. Dryad of the Elysian Grove. Yeah, I mean, there are ways to do it. This is literally just Convoke, right? They just didn't name it as Convoke. Captain Lannery Storm here for our pick one of the second pack over Heart of Kiran. That's actually kind of close. Heart of Kiran's also fantastic. 2 mana, 4/4 Flying Vigilance is kind of nice. It is a vehicle, so you have to crew it. But I think it's probably better than taking the Lannery. Like I said, the 2-drops are just way too important. Damn, this is a nice pack. Cut the Ribbons. Key to the Archive. You all know how much I love this card. Just does so much fun stuff. It's ramp, it's fixing, and it's oftentimes a win con, but I think Cut the Ribbons is our easy choice here. This is early removal plus late game. Kill them. Valky looks kind of nice here. Joda for the 5-color deck. I just played against a Joda deck on stream earlier, and they kind of went off hard. I didn't have a way to kill it until way too late, and it just did so much work, but good 2-drop in the form of Valk. Oh, this is good. Yeah, this is exactly where I want to be for the red-black sacrifice deck. So, other 2-drops I want to pick up are like Magda. What else? What are good 2-drops that have other abilities? Plarg would be okay. Jadar would be fantastic. What else? There have to be a few more, but I guess we're lacking on the 3s right now, too. Cube is largely about how you want to have fun. There is no necessarily right or wrong way to do it. I mean, obviously you can read the signals and see what's open, but if you don't have a huge understanding of Cube, that's not even that easy to begin with, because if you just look at this pack and you don't draft Cube very often, like, what is going through your mind? You can't really say, oh, well, this is open because of this, right? No. It's just everything is playable, but if you play Cube enough, you'll notice, like, cards that are very high power that probably shouldn't be there. We have an Abrade here. We have a Blood Chief's Thirst. A Phiomancer's okay. I don't remember what this does. Choose an instant or sorcery card in your hand. It perpetually gains casualty too. Okay, that's not bad if we wanted to play 3-color. I think this is Abrade over Thirst, just because there are so many good artifacts in the format, and Abrade is also just a good early game removal spell otherwise. Let's see, this is Henrika Domnathi, or Doom Whisperer. Can't realistically play Fiery Emancipation. Like, Price of Fame's pretty good. Kind of just like taking the big fat flyer here. Irexian Scriptures, probably not. I will take the Brabbit Battery. One of the more aggressive cards in the cube. I don't think Channeler is what we want here either. We don't have many instants or sorceries right now. Forsaken Crossroads is also great. Ooh, Luris, Fight with Fire, and Eldest Reborn. How are we looking on the things for Luris? We actually don't have too many 1s and 2s right now for Luris, but it's still just a solid one. And we're bound to pick up some other cards that work with it. Oh, God. 8th pick, Sublime Epiphany. Oh, my little heart is crying. I'm going to go with the Devil's Play here over Intervention or Soul Transfer. That's at least a couple of good picks. I mean, even the Maze Mind Tome is so good, but probably not in line with what we're doing here. Yeah, Treasure Map 2, one of my favorite cards. We might be able to run Treasure Map in a deck like this. It's not going to have that much synergy, but it's fine. Oh, there's the Cascading Cataracts I was talking about for the 5-color decks. Kenrith for the 5-color. This is some weird clone maker. I think we'd rather take the Mind Stone here. Nothing for red-black. Oralf is like okay. 5/4, trample for 4. Whenever a creature, planeswalker, and opponent controls dealt excess non-combat damage. So we have a few burn effects that's okay with. Yeah, this is fine. This is just like okay black-red stuff. Pack 3, I just need to focus on all of the early game plays, so let's find some 2s and 3s that we can cast with ease. Alesha looks good here. Squee looks good here. What does this one do again? 5 mana 4/5. As an additional cost, you can sack a non-demon creature, and then it conjures Demonic Pact onto the battlefield. That's really cool. Yeah, that's definitely a card that is for ending the game quickly. You know, we're probably going to end up wheeling that. I think I'm going to take Squee here over Alesha. Another token producer. One of the best cards, period, and that's Minsk and Boo. This is a card that it's probably worth taking and splashing. Bank Job is pretty good value. This is like one of those weird historic cards. Or alchemy cards, sorry. You can see the A next to it. Alchemy, not historic. Atsushi's decent. Drown is okay. This is a Minsk and Boo, and maybe start picking up some red source or green sources to splash. 2 mana 1/3. Target creature card in your graveyard perpetually becomes an artifact. You may cast it this turn. So that's okay with creatures that have abilities, right? And it's another 2-drop if nothing else. There's black-green fixing for Minsk and Boo. Good. There's the Jadar. That's great. I was talking about picking up that. It's a good 2-drop for pressure. Passing Jaxis. The OG Atali. Black Sun's Twilight. We're kind of getting a little bit more expensive here, aren't we? So some of these cards are looking a little bit out of place, maybe. Flamestoker's a little bit awkward here. I mean, Rabbit Battery's not looking great. Huh. Oh, I guess I have the Pathway too. That's nice. Oh, that turned out to be a really good pickup for the Minsk and Boo. Mind Stone might be cut here. Treasure Map will still play as fixing and card selection, because if you flip it, you get the 3 treasures. Yeah, I don't know about that battery. We still got time to find other goodies here in pack 3, right? One, two, three. Ugh. My fear here is that we're going to be more of a mid-rangey deck, but with not a lot of the mid-rangey payoffs. Or cards that you're normally looking for. Please give me some more early game plays. Like, yeah, Pyromancer, I'm absolutely taking that. I have only 5 instants and sorceries. Oh well. 2-drop. Oh no! Pick 7 Oracle of the Alpha. Why? Why wasn't I drafting blue? This is my favorite card. You all know how this plays out. It's a 2/3 flyer that conjures the power 9 into your deck. Oh god, I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that and just take the Fabled Passage and... My lord. Metamorph is okay, Blast is okay. I guess Electrodominance is actually okay as well. Can act as pseudo-fixing too. Did get the Graven, what's it called, Archfiend back. So brutal. That pains me so hard. I guess we could take the Luca and splash that in addition to Minsk and Boo. My creature count is what, only 11 for Bank Job? Sushi's probably better than it. And another green-black fixer. Perfect. Okay. Ah! Oracle of the Alpha is so fun, but... I mean, y'all have seen me, if you've watched any of my cube videos, do countless Oracle of the Alpha things, so... It's not like it was something new and exciting, it was just... one of my favorite cards. Okay. What are we sitting at? 24 playables. I probably want to go 17 land still. So what's the one cut here that we can make? I do have quite a few top-end cards, a lot of 4s and 5s. Maybe it's just the Rezug? What's his name? Rezug, the Bone Cobbler. How many 2-drops does that leave me with, though? Not many creature 2-drops, but it's not even like the Rezug is very aggressive, right? It's just a 1/3 at the end of the day. Oh, that hurts. But here we are. We are simply on Rakdos splashing. Rakdos splashing Minsk and Boo. I'll go ahead and throw 1 forest in. That should be fine. Let's see, we have a little bit more black than red. Okay, looks fine. Let's submit this and go to round 1 here of this Chromatic Cube on Arena. Okay, let's go to round 1 here of this Chromatic Cube with our forced Rakdos. And looks pretty great for on the play. 3 different 2-drops with the Sushi at the top end, and we even have our 1/0 forest for Minsk and Boo. You'll note that Minsk and Boo is 5 mana here on Arena. That is the nerfed version. It actually costs 4 on Magic Online for like vintage cube and stuff because that's the way they printed it. Imagine that card costing 4. I think we want to lead with Jadar and start getting the zombie attacks in. Valky, I don't think we need to slam down on turn 2. Ah, Luris to get back all of these 2-drops is pretty nice. Instead of Luris, though, we're going to lead on the Valky. Or go with Valky instead, I should say. Take a peek at what's going on. Fiend, Artisan, Halo Forger, Thassa. They have Settle the Score and Inscription of Insight. So they didn't play their Fiend Artisan turn 2 for some reason. I guess I'm going to take the Halo Forager because I can pay 3 to turn our Valky into a 3/1 flyer next turn. Oh, or we're just going to play out our Sushi. Alright, let's attack for 5. And say go. So if they have a land, they can go Inscription, bounce 2 creatures, but that's not even that good. If they just want to settle the Atsushi, that's fine too. What is going on? How are they just passing? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. Unless I read their mana wrong, maybe they couldn't cast anything? Either way, we're 1-0. I think 1-0 is a better start than 0-1. Okay, good hand here. No red source yet, but we do have the green for Minsk and Boo. And I guess we do technically have all of our colors if Treasure Map gets to flip anytime soon. So you want to lead with Mind Stone here, because if you play Treasure Map, you can't activate the ability on the same turn if you only have 2 lands, right? Alright, we really, really would like to find a red source next turn. When it's on Grixis Palladium Mirror. Perfect. So, there are a few different ways I could play this. I think killing the Palladium Mirror is actually right, though. That's too much mana to just let sit around. And this still gives us a good utilization of our treasure map activation, which we can flip on our next upkeep if we want to. Letting them ramp by 2 mana, I think, is just too scary, even though getting Minsk and Boo online would be good. There are so many... Like, this is Cube. There are so many... That's a strange play. Because I can sack the Mind Stone in response. But I guess I'd rather go for the flip of the treasure map and just let them do that. Yeah, they should have targeted the treasure map there to begin with. Is that good enough? Eh, we can do better. Oh, why does Minsk and Boo do that ability? What the heck? I've never noticed the visuals on that. Oh, they have Lightning Bolt in response to the trigger. That was basically the one card they could have. Very nice. Okay. Good beats. Plarg and Nasari. So let's go tap. Pile on. Ooh, put the cut to ribbons in our graveyard for a really good value. Hit them for 4 here. We have 2 burn effects in our graveyard now. We have both ribbons and devil's play, so it's not going to be too hard to burn them out by just pushing in a little bit more damage if they don't have much. Like, if they just take my squee for the turn, that's fine. Sure. And actually, do I have enough cards in my graveyard? Yeah, I can recast the squee if I want. Huh. Okay. All right. Like I said, people will be dirtling, so you can punish them for it, and that is exactly what we're doing. Punishing the dirtlers. Normally the shoe's on the other foot, right? Hand's great. A little bit slow, but its hand is great. Yeah, we really want to find something to do on turn 2. Home is annoying. Perfect. Oh, yes. Love it. And now we would just like to draw a couple of lands. Because turn 2 Jadar, turn 3 Legomos. It's a good start. And they might just be activating Maze Mind Tome for a few turns here, you know? Perfect timing for the Blooming Marsh. Alright, the pressure's on. Hit them for 5 here. Assume they're just going to draw a card. The Tome will eventually gain 4 life. Won't be too hard to get that up to 4, because I'm not going to kill them in time. Most likely. Okay, Ral. Even if they go up to 5 or 6 here, I get to kill the Ral next turn, so... It's too important to kill Ral, I think. Obviously, getting 6 damage on their face is very nice, but... You can't leave Ral on the battlefield. Luckily, they've just done a lot of scrying with the Maze Mind Tome. They haven't gotten a lot of card draw value off of it, because we're putting so much pressure on. So they could have, like, burn down the house to wipe the board. Yep. Good news for us is that we get to make a bunch of treasures there and guarantee Minsc and Boo next turn. So hit them down to 11, which they can immediately regain the 4 if they want to. Okay. Good. Alright, so yes, they choose to use the tome. Another scry, gain 4 life. What does this do again? As an additional cost to cast, sack a non-demon. Right. So we might want to do that next turn just to make them discard 2 cards on the Pact. What you got going on? Niv Mizzet! Oh, baby. What does this do again? 4 damage to any target, you gain 4. Talking about discards, draw 2, lose the game. Okay. I mean... Pretty tempting to just uptick on Minsc and Boo and attack for 7, I guess. What can I tutor for? Is there a way I can kill the Niv Mizzet? I could grab, like, Pylon? Oh, that's probably good, too, even though they would get to draw 1 card. Yeah, let's do that.
Go big, or actually go big, just go big.
Turns out Niv Mizzet is... Whoa. Oh, Pylon was not the card I was thinking of. I was thinking of Ultimate Price or whatever. Oh no, not Ultimate Price. Price of Fame. That's what I thought this was. I thought I was going to be able to kill the Niv Mizzet for 2 mana. Whoopsies. I got my cards mixed up. I got my cards mixed up real bad. Okay, that might have just been a throw.
Run, boo! Run!
Alright. That's pretty awkward. I mean, can they ping Boo here for 6 more damage? Guess it doesn't take much, just like a random shock or a bolt effect almost gets there. Oh, they have to crackle it. Nice. Okay, well that was good for us at least. So now we go upkeep, pile on. And that means we are going to get to steal the Niv with the cruelty. Upkeeping, so we get to surveil. Dracula's pretty good. I mean, how much? They're at 8? And both of those are pretty good. I guess we want to put the Heart of Kirin in the graveyard for Luris purposes. Okay, nice. Slightly awkward. Whoopsies. So I wonder what my play was supposed to be, since I wasn't able to kill Niv that turn. I assume I was still supposed to tutor or something, but I'm sure there was a better way to have done it. Could almost have killed them with the Archfiend grabbing Pact and dealing 4 to them. That would have been another reasonable consideration. Well, let's see what they do about Niv Mizzet first, because Niv Mizzet is quite the card. Crackle with Power is already gone. Shattered Skull Smashing. Nice. Okay. Well, that's a good way to get rid of both of those problems. Oh, well, that makes that easy, doesn't it? 2, 4, 6, 7. So I'm 1 land off of killing them, so I suppose I probably want to go Luris to like Heart here. Actually, I'm gonna Jadar, because I have the Graven Archfiend in my hand. I mean, they're red-blue. They're gonna have access to a lot of potential craziness. Magma Opus could be a thing, you know? Snapcaster Mage. Are they gonna maybe burn down the house? Just wipe the board again? If that's what their play is, that's fine. Again, any land wins us the game. Alright, fine. So, basically 7 mana Wrath. We're okay with that. That is not a land. Alright, I'm gonna go Pyro into... We're gonna first make them discard a card here. Oh, this is at the beginning of upkeep. I don't even get to make them discard immediately, right? Well, in that case, we'll just shoot them for 4 next turn and then go for Devil's Play Lethal. Making some mistakes. I don't think the grabbing of the pylon was a big mistake because I assumed it was a different card. Obviously it was an error, but... And we're still looking good here for now. Hard cast Typhoon, love it. Warcrafting on my 4/5. All right, GG's. 4 damage to them. And whatever, doesn't matter. All right. Made some mistakes, but was able to close it out. And that's a great 3-0 start, my friends. On to the next game. Uh oh, our opponent has a Squee avatar. Is this going to be Squee versus Squee? Oh, there's our Squee. Ooh. Alright, well, this is a 6-card hand because Luris is nowhere close to castable, but it's a good 6. Hey, wait a minute. Things are looking on the up and up. This is really just like a goblin shortcutter in our deck. Sure, you can make me sacrifice that. Alright, Squee, swing for 3. I think that's even... Oh, never mind. Jund, huh? Both players on Jund. What is going on? Slimefoot and Squee! This is a cool new card, right? Whenever it attacks or a ETB, you make a 1/1 and then you can sacrifice a sap, return it, and another creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Really cool. Do we want a hammer here? We could actually hammer and equip Squee attack. But I guess maybe going Heart of Kirin plus Jadar is a little bit better right now. Yeah, because it's 6 mana to play it, equip it, and use it in the same turn, so... Okay, this is just feeling like a mirror match. Primal Might to kill my Jadar. I'm okay with this. Okay, we just block that with the Heart of Kirin, no problem. So we need to find ourselves another black source. Yeah, let's go ahead and hammer then. Hammer and equip Squee. Alright. It's good for us. I like that. We need another black source, don't we? Pretty badly, but... I mean, is Heart of Kirin legendary too? Yeah, it is. It's a legendary artifact, so... If I just crew the heart and equip the hammer, that's a 2-turn clock. That's a little bit annoying. They're going to start getting extra treasures from their Facebreaker. It's not 1 for each creature, right? No, it's 1 or more creatures, so... It's not the worst case scenario, I suppose. There's the black source. Alright, so I'm not going to attach the hammer here, even though I think that's a good play to go for the 2-turn clock, because this is a lot safer versus removal, just hitting him for 4 and playing out the Blood Whisper. Or, sorry, Doom Whisper. Timeless Witness. That does not do anything. Because if they cast Edict, I get to crew the Doom Whisper in response. Okay, just double block here. Crew with the Doom Whisperer. I didn't... If I said crew the Doom Whisperer, I meant crew the Heart of Kieran with the Doom Whisperer. Okay. What's the exact wording on this? Non-token creature, yeah. So we just... Oh, wait, this doesn't get buffed. No, but we can just throw it at them instead, right? Yeah. Equip for 2, shoot for 2. Oh, wait, no, that doesn't work, does it? So how do I do this? I actually needed to have drawn a land. No, this does work. This does work. Yeah, this works. Yep, that's fine. Hit him for 7, and then hit for 3 with the hammer. There we go. Okay, I figured it out. The play I was going to make the other turn to put him on a 2-turn clock. Nice little 4-0 start. Okay, on to game 5. On the play. Can't keep that one, unfortunately. Man, we always seem to start with our green sources in our hand. Here we go again. This one's a good one. It's the Toralf. Might have to go with turn 2 treasure map instead of turn 2 Valky if we don't find a land here. Oh, but we did. Beautiful. And so now we'll just try to curve out Valky into Lagomos into Dracula would be sick. Whoa, what is that hand? So I guess they're probably just going to intervention my Valky for 1. That looks like my type of hand. Mythos, Magma Opus, Karn's Temporal Sundering. Okay. Yep, that's fine. Great draw, as that means we do not need to play the pathway this turn. They have a plains in their hand. I guess they're probably going to end up making a treasure with their Magma Opus. Like, plains, make a treasure with Magma Opus. Field of the Dead too, awesome. I'm just going to start drawing cards with Dracula. Get that raw card advantage. Alright, I'll take 5. It's worth it.
Dire times call for dire tactics.
So their deck is going to be doing more powerful things. I just need to try to get the pressure online before they can stabilize and whatnot. So wonder if they're just going to Mythos here. Black Market Tycoon. I did not expect that one. Let's go uptick again. Yeah, I'll pay the 2. It's probably just safest to go like this. Because they have a weird mana base right now, so taking away their Lotus Cobra probably denies them quite a bit, even though the Black Market Tycoon makes treasure. Like, there's not a really great Mythos target right now. I mean, Kinnan is whatever. Keep upticking. Currently, Dracula is lethal, so I guess the thing is they could Karn's Temporal Sundering if they draw a land for Black Market Tycoon, because they have Kinnan now to enable the legendary clause of it. Oh wait, treasures make 2 mana, don't they? Oh, treasure makes 2 mana with Kinnan. Oh, hold up. Okay. I mean, I guess I didn't have a kill spell, so there was no way for me to stop that anyways. I guess abrading the Lotus Cobra is going to come back to bite me in the butt since they haven't drawn lands. Oh well, they found a land anyway, didn't matter. That's brutal. Take an extra turn. Bounce my Count Dracula. This is the swing and momentum that they might have needed. Oh, I guess they could copy my Graven Archfiend if they wanted to. Yeah, there's the Temporal. Okay. No point crewing with the Heart in response. It doesn't acquire or do anything. I mean, I guess the good news is they're still not doing much over there. Tap land, scry, Mythos, 1 unknown card. Yeah, we should still be okay. Actually, I still have lethal next turn if they don't cast like Mythos on Archfiend. Ugin! Alright. That's pretty good. I guess they have to kill the Archfiend here, though. Yep. Again, no point crewing in response. Alright. Do we want to make them discard Mythos? Probably. That's a great draw, of course. And we can crew the Heart by removing a loyalty off the Minskin Boo as well.
I will protect you, boo.
Okay. We should be good to go. So Pact is already just lethal by itself. We have the 4 damage option. They can spin the Kinnan, but I can't imagine them having any creature that's going to get them out of this. I mean, there are probably some. It's Cube after all, but... Okay. Spin that Kinnan. Good luck. Nice. Okay, whew. Don't draft aggro, he says. It's not good, he says. 5-0, he says. No, I specifically said it's not like you can't draft aggro, it's that you're not intended to draft aggro. Clearly it's still okay. And we've had some good draws. Alright, is this a keepable hand? It's really reactive. I will keep this, but we need to be playing against a deck that has creatures. If we're playing against a control-y deck, this is not a good hand. Like, play a relevant creature for me to cut this turn would be a good start. We take it. Works. That's Jacob Hawken. On the normal side of things, yeah. Swamp Mountain Island. Another mountain was not what we wanted to draw. We really need to find that second black source here. That is really, really bad. Okay. So this is a game I could see losing just because we don't have any early pressure on them. Go ahead and just abrade that thing. Yeah, I think we run out Valky and take a peek at what they're doing. Aha! They are extremely slow. They are on the Grixis control deck. They just want to make land drops. Yeah, we do not want to see them make their land drops like that. The good news, for, I guess, is that treasure map here is really good versus them. But this isn't great. So when this enters the battlefield, conjure duplicate of target spell into your hand. Okay. Ah, they hit their lands. One off of Gataxius. Sorry, one off of Bolas, one off of Scholar, and they did top a card, so you have to assume it's a land. Doesn't do anything. It's good, at least. I don't really mind if they spell thief my Valkyrie. Protection from planeswalkers is actually really relevant here. Again, assuming they put a land on top. I wonder if they just burn down the house to get rid of my Valkyrie this turn. I guess they could just play out their own Valkyrie since they copied. Oh, Prismari Command was the card they topped. Boo. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. I guess I'm gonna force them to fire off the burn down the house, and I'm gonna uptick on Sorin here to draw an extra card. Oh yeah, nice. That is a fantastic hit. Because I think they have to burn down the house here, especially if they don't have a land. And then we get to resolve Minsk and Boo immediately after. Okay, there's their land. So 7 drops are available. They can hit Pylon, Prismari Command, or Chromatic Lantern with their Scholar. Maybe they just Scholar and Pylon my Valkyrie. I guess that's a decent play. Sure. Oh, they killed Dracula. Okay. That's even better for us. Wow. That is way better for us. I'm gonna go Pylon Upkeep for the Surveils. You don't need any of those. Hit him for 4. I gain 4. Land. Pass. They can't Bolas uptick on my hand because they're just dead if they do that, right? Oh no, I guess I would put them to 1. It's It's possible I should have held that land. I think they need to fire off Burn Down the House, though. Assuming they didn't draw something better, more relevant. Protection from Planeswalkers here is so funny. They did go for it. Okay, so maybe they're gonna uptick and hope. No? Okay. Land wins here. That was a bold choice. That is also a win. Yeah, that Valkyrie soloed them. That was great. Pro Planeswalkers. Not normally something extremely relevant, but that was a game where it was the most relevant. Hey, 6-0. Hello. 6-0. Can we get the perfect 7-0? Will he do it? On the draw, but the hand is good. Every game with our Darkboar Pathway and opening hand. There's MVP from previous game. This is a nice 2-3-4 curve out. Let's see, they're red-green. Oh, they're probably on a slightly more aggressive list as well. Yeah, we're just going to pop off that Magda. If we were on the play here, that would be really nice, but since we're not, we're going to have to go with that. Into another mana dork, sure. Sure. I'm gonna go ahead and get greedy and play out the pathway on green. This is problematic. Ah, and we already used our Abrade. And of course, I draw the one forest immediately afterwards. Wow, that is brutal. I'm gonna run out the Valky and hope that they don't have any more creatures to crew, besides like one card that I take. Alright, well they're pretty far away from Atali at least. And Elspeth Conquers Death doesn't take either of my permanents currently. And they drew a Captain Lannery because why wouldn't they? Crew, I take 6, they kill Valky. Yeah, it's probably game over. I don't have outs. You win. Well, that was a short-lived dream. Very quick 6-0, but then a crazy smashing the following game. What happens if we're on the play there instead? We get to go Valky turn 2, steal their Magda. I don't know. Our draw just wasn't very good versus them anyways. All right. On the play here for our next game. Gonna hold the Fabled Passage for a bit, because we might want to grab green instead of a second black, depending on what we can draw. Pretty nice we're on the play this time. Agent of Rafine. Steal stuff from the top, yeah. Alright, we'll just Devil's play that off right now. Make sure we get a little bit of value from Pyromancer, because remember, we don't have that many ways to trigger it, so. Guessing we're probably just going to grab a black source here. And just go with the dragon to start. Pass again. Oh, this is getting concerning. Maybe they're just gonna bounce my dragon. They're gonna copy it, okay. And we're gonna trade, sure. Until the end of your next turn, so I think we want to exile the top two, since the treasure's only good for Devil's Play. Yeah, Heart of Kieran's pretty good there. Them getting 3 treasures is probably the worst, though, right? Because now they get to, resolve some crazy big spells. Although that's not even that bad. We get to swarm. Do they have a lightning bolt or something? Oh, God. Okay, well. If they didn't have a 1-mana spell there, I think we were crushing, but... back to having a problem. I can Devil's Play for 4? Ay, ay, ay. This is unfortunate, of course. Ugh. Mind Stone with Luris is kind of nice, though. We can start drawing a bunch of extra cards, but now we're pretty far behind. Okay, they get a 4/4. They get to draw a card, they bounce my zombie. Let's start by drawing, I guess. That's good. That was amazing, actually. So now we have another fireball-ish effect in our graveyard. So we just need to push in a little bit more damage, though I don't entirely expect that to occur. Because they've kind of stabilized here. If they have any way to deal with the Valkyrie, we have a problem. Yeah. So ooh. Hey, that's pretty good, though. Okay. And I'm gonna start on 1. Burn down the house, denial, redirect. So they have 2 counters in their hand, too. That's bad. So... let's see here. We want to get an instant or a land. I guess Electro Dominance makes a lot of sense. And then we just say go. Because the Cruelty of Gix is going to get back our... or rather, get back their Niv Mizzet, which is also extremely good versus them. Oh, this is great too. Okay. So they cycle Shark Typhoon, tapped out. Now I get to Dominance for 4 here. And put the Valkyrie on the battlefield. And this is underneath all their counter magic. That was great. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That Shark Typhoon draw of theirs was insane, but us grabbing Electro Dominance really, really kind of sealed it up here. So attack for 2, and again, well, if they burn down the house now, we get Niv Mizzet, and they don't really have a good answer to that, it feels like. Yeah, they keep looking at the ribbons in my graveyard. Let's get the big boy. We just passed. Don't run into their counters. So they're going to have 3 mana left over post-burn. We take 2. We're going to shoot them to 7. We're going to get it to draw an extra card. And that's our window to cast some stuff here. Nice, these are great draws. I guess Luris is probably... I mean, Luris is insane, so is Dracula. But Legomos pushes damage. I have 8 mana, so I can't Luris... I could Luris Mindstone Dracula. Oh, that works. Oh, they get to copy my Luris now. Nice. Okay. Well, maybe I'm better off just grabbing the Heart of Kirin then for big pressure in the air. Because I don't need to get Dracula online. They can go Rona from their graveyard, or their Agent of a Fiend, or Mercurial. That's not too problematic. Ah, Mindstone Dracula is so tempting. But so is just Heart of Kirin, Legomos smacking for 2. Yeah, they're in a really tough spot. Because now, at any given point, Ribbons is lethal. They just have to pass with counter magic open, right? They can't even tap their Confluence. That's insane. GG's. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's insane. So, crew here. Put them to 1. Then we get to Brutality, which they have to counter with their 4 mana counter, and then we just Ribbons them. Perfect. Or they can just cast the Gales because they're dead anyways. Alright, yay, let's go. Don't draft aggro, kids. It's bad for your health in the Chromatic Cube. But when I do it, 7-1 easy. Not bad. Minsk and Boo was great. A lot of cards were pretty good. Most of the games were just complete steamrolls. A few were close, but as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you back tomorrow for some more Chromatic Cube and then some Loter soon.